Do you have an employee who takes credit for everything? One who, just by breathing and waking up in the morning, feels like some special magical unicorn? One who, even if they didn't contribute at all to anything, finds a way to steal and absorb the credit from the entire team? Lucky for you, we have a nickname for this special child. We call these people MasterCards. You ask why MasterCards, you say? Well, as with a MasterCard, one gets and obtains credit for anything almost anywhere. And probably the most frustrating part to you is, upper management and leadership probably believes in this person's web of lies and bullshit. As pissed off as this person makes you, I wanted to share with you a constructive approach to tackle this dipshit. Instead of running them over in your car, you need to take a moment to step back and think strategically. There are a few ways to go about this, and the most direct way is to address this person face to face. Believe it or not, most adults are like children, and a majority of the time, they truly do not see or have insight to their own blind spots. As dumb as I may sound, there is a good chance this special cupcake has no clue that the entire team wants to strangle them. With that said, I challenge you to put on your thinking cap and to take a few minutes to document what specifically they have taken credit for. If they exaggerated their contribution, document how they stretched the truth and what was said. If they flat out lied and had no input, document the situation and what they said. If it's so much shit that you have been drinking yourself into a coma and you can't remember, I need you to take some time to obtain input and feedback from the others around you. You need to come to this conversation armed with specifics. The more objective and factual, the better. Make sure you capture the following. 1. Document specific instances. Don't just rely on a general feeling. Write down the following: the date and time. When did the credit taking occur? The specific project and task. What was being discussed? Your contribution. Exactly what did you do? Their claim. What did they say or do to take credit? Capture who was present during the instance. 2. Gather evidence. Emails, chat logs, project management tool comments, meeting minutes. Anything that shows your direct involvement. Just note that this documentation isn't just for your own sanity. It's what will enable you to have a calm, factual conversation rather than an emotional accusation. The direct conversation, your best tool. Once you're armed with the facts, it's time for the direct conversation. This should ideally be one-on-one, in a private setting. Make sure you do these things. 1. Choose your timing wisely. Don't confront them in the heat of the moment. Schedule a dedicated time when you're both calm and explain you want to discuss work collaboration one-on-one. 2. Focus on behavior, not character. Avoid accusatory language like, "You always steal my ideas." Instead, use I statements and focus on observable actions. Here are some examples. Bad example: "You always take credit for my work." Good example: "During the Q3 planning meeting, when we discussed the new marketing strategy, I noticed you presented it as solely your idea, and I felt me and my team's contributions weren't acknowledged." 3. Be specific and provide examples. This is where your documentation comes in handy. For example, on Thursday, during our weekly team meeting, when we were discussing blah blah blah, I had shared the data report, but you stated you worked alone on this. This is not true. Julie and Jose both worked with you in equal efforts to compile this deliverable. 4. Explain the impact. Articulate how their actions affect you and the team. Say, for example, "When my contributions aren't acknowledged, it makes me feel undervalued and demotivated." And it can also create confusion about who is responsible for what and makes it difficult for the team to collaborate effectively. 5. State your expectation clearly. Explain to this annoying moron what you want to see happen differently. State, "Moving forward, I'd appreciate if contributions were accurately attributed, especially during team discussions and presentations." Or you could also state, "Could we work together to ensure that when we present team efforts, everyone's role is clearly acknowledged?" 6. Listen to their response. Give them a chance to explain. They might genuinely not have realized the impact, or they might have an underlying reason. Strategies for moving forward and protecting your contributions. After the conversation, what else can you do, you ask? Here are 4 tips and tricks for you to use moving forward. 1. Proactive credit giving. Start by making a habit of publicly acknowledging your team members' contributions and subtly your own. When you present something, say as Bobby mentioned earlier, or building on what John suggested, this sets a positive example, explains who should be accredited to what work, and it trains others to do the same. 2. Strategic public acknowledgement in team meetings or emails. When that dipshit takes credit for your work, you can politely and professionally insert your contribution. Yes, that's a great point, ass face. Don't say ass face. Anyways, just say this. And just to add, the data analysis supporting that idea was actually something we developed on our team last week. 3. If needed, drag your manager into this. If the behavior continues after your direct conversation, or if it's severely impacting team dynamics, it's time to escalate. Present your manager with your documentation and explain the steps you've already taken. Focus on the impact on team productivity and morale, not just your personal feelings. You would state to your manager, I've tried addressing this directly with employee's name, but the issue of credit attribution continues to be a challenge, impacting collaboration and team morale. I wanted to bring this to your attention. 4. Embrace team-based recognition. Encourage a culture where success is celebrated as a team effort. This naturally reduces the incentive for individual credit grabbing, and it will clearly call out who is on board with the whole team versus me recognition approach. Remember, this isn't about being petty. It's about fostering a fair, respectful, and productive work environment where everyone feels valued and recognized for their hard work. To wrap this up, we know that dealing with an employee who takes credit for everything is tough, but it's a problem you can solve with a strategic and calm approach. Start with the documentation, have that direct conversation, and act like an adult. After that direct conversation, don't be afraid to escalate to your manager if this tool continues this shit. I am curious, everyone. What are your experiences with this? Have you dealt with a credit taker, also known as a MasterCard? What strategies worked for you? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights could help someone else who's struggling not to kick someone else in the face. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share with your colleagues to have a laugh, and subscribe to Raw and Direct Leadership for more practical tips and humor on navigating the world of work. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.